the forbidden love. In the heart of the powerful Ghanaian empires, where the wealth of gold mines rivaled the brightness of the sun and the strength of alliances determined the fate of many, there existed a love so bold, so pure, yet utterly forbidden. This is the tale of Ama, a princess of unparalleled beauty and wit, and Kwame, a slave of humble origins, but of noble spirit. Their paths were never meant to cross, their destinies never intended to intertwine. Ama, with her skin as radiant as the dawn and eyes that mirrored the depth of the oceans, walked the royal gardens, her thoughts as free as the wind. Despite her royal blood, she felt trapped within the gilded cage of her palace, her life laid out before her like a tapestry woven by someone else's hand. Kwame, on the other hand, toiled under the scorching sun, his muscles aching from the relentless labor in the gold mines. Yet his spirit remained unbroken, his mind always wandering to places beyond his reach. He dreamed of freedom, of a life where he could determine his own fate. Their first encounter was as fleeting as a whisper, yet it ignited a flame that would threaten to consume the very foundations of their world. Ama had ventured beyond the confines of her usual stroll, driven by a restlessness she couldn't quell. Kwame, tasked with transporting gold from the mines to the royal treasury, found himself on the same secluded path. Their eyes met, and for a moment the world stood still. Words were unnecessary, their hearts spoke a language all their own. But as quickly as their paths had crossed, they were torn apart, each returning to their separate worlds, yet irrevocably changed. Days turned into weeks, and their chance encounter turned into stolen moments, each more daring than the last. Ama would find excuses to wander near the mines, while Kwame would volunteer for tasks that brought him closer to the palace gardens. Their conversations were hushed, filled with dreams and desires, their laughter a balm to their weary souls. But with each meeting, the reality of their situation became more apparent. Ama was a princess, betrothed to a prince from a neighboring kingdom, an alliance forged to unite their empires and strengthen their power. Kwame was but a slave, his life not his own, owned by the very empire Ama was destined to rule. Their love was a beacon in the darkness, but it also cast a long shadow. Rumors began to swirl, whispers of a love that dared to defy the very fabric of their society. The lovers were oblivious to the storm brewing around them, lost in the world they had created, a world where love knew no bounds. It wasn't long before the whispers reached the ears of those in power. The king, Ama's father, was a man of tradition, his rule firm but fair. The news of his daughter's involvement with a slave threatened not only the political alliances he had worked tirelessly to build, but also the very principles upon which their society was founded. Ama was summoned to the throne room, the air thick with tension. Her father's eyes, usually warm, were now cold and distant. "Ama, my beloved daughter, is it true?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. "Have you allowed yourself to be swayed by emotions, risking everything we have worked for?" Ama's heart ached. She knew the weight of her actions, yet her love for Kwame was a force she could not deny. "Father, I cannot apologize for my heart," she replied, her voice steady. "Kwame is a man of honor, of strength. Our love does not weaken our empire. It is a testament to the strength of the human spirit." The king was silent, his internal battle evident. He loved his daughter, but the stakes were too high. "You leave me no choice," he finally said. "For the sake of our kingdom, for the peace we have fought so hard to maintain, this affair must end." As Ama grappled with her father's decree, Kwame was confronted with his own reality. The overseer, having caught wind of the forbidden love, saw in it an opportunity. "Listen, boy," he sneered, a wicked gleam in his eye. "You've caught the princess's eye, but do you think you can change your fate? You're a pawn in a game you cannot win." But fate, it seemed, had more twists in store. A scholar visiting the empire, intrigued by the rumors, delved into the archives, unearthing a secret that would change everything. Kwame, unbeknownst to all, was not just any slave. He was the lost heir of a kingdom that had once been a formidable ally of the Ghanaian Empire, his lineage obscured by time and treachery. The revelation sent shockwaves through the empire. The political implications were staggering. A union between Ama and Kwame was no longer a scandalous love affair, but a powerful alliance, one that could fortify their empires against any threat. As the news of Kwame's true heritage spread, the opposition they faced began to wane. What had once been forbidden was now celebrated as a symbol of unity and strength. The king, seeing the potential for peace and prosperity, gave his blessing to the union, albeit with a heavy heart. The wedding was a spectacle the likes of which the empire had never seen. It was not just a union of two souls, but a celebration of change, of the breaking down of barriers that had once seemed insurmountable. Ama and Kwame stood hand in hand, their love having endured the trials set before them. They looked out at the faces of those gathered, a mixture of royalty and common folk, united in their joy for the couple. "Our love was the spark," Ama whispered, her eyes shining with tears of happiness. "But it is the love of our people that will keep the flame burning." The forbidden love of a slave and a princess had not only survived, it had thrived, becoming a beacon of hope and a testament to the belief that love knows no bounds, that it has the power to change the world. And so, as the sun set on the Ghanaian Empire, it marked not an end, but a new beginning. A beginning where love, in all its forms, was celebrated and cherished. A powerful force capable of uniting kingdoms and igniting the hearts of all who dared to dream. Years passed, and the empire flourished, its wealth and power unmatched. But more importantly, it became a beacon of progress, a place where the bonds of love were valued above all else. Ama and Kwame's story was passed down through generations, a timeless tale of love's triumph over adversity. Their legacy lived on, not just in the annals of history, but in the hearts of all who believed in the power of love to transcend boundaries, to unite and to heal. And in this way, the forbidden love of a slave and a princess forever changed the world.